The scratching started the night Alyssa moved into the apartment. At first it was faint, a light rasp behind the plaster when she was unpacking dishes. She froze, a coffee mug in hand, and listened. The sound came again, like nails dragging over wood, then silence. Rats, she muttered. Every city apartment had them. Disgusting, but nothing to worry over, she told herself. By the third night, the scratches had become routine, always at night, always near the bedroom wall. Long, dragging scrapes, then sudden bursts of frantic clawing. She tried pounding on the drywall with her fist, but the noise always stopped, waiting her out. She bought traps, peanut butter bait, and set them along the baseboards. In the mornings, they went untouched. One evening, she returned from work to find the scratches louder, insistent, as if the thing inside the wall was growing bold. She pressed her ear to the plaster. The noise ceased instantly. The wall was warm beneath her cheek, too warm. Her stomach tightened as she peeled herself away from the wall's surface. That night, the sound woke her at 3 a.m. She grabbed her phone, turned on the flashlight, and shone it at the vent by the corner of the room. Dust caked the slats. The noise was coming from behind it. She crept forward and crouched. The scratching stopped again, replaced by silence so heavy she could hear her pulse. Then, without warning, something shifted behind the vent. A small, dark oval slid into view between the slats. An eye. A human eye. Alyssa staggered back with a scream, dropping her phone. When she scrambled to shine the light again, the eye was gone. The landlord came the next morning. He was a squat man with thinning hair who reeked of cigarettes. Alyssa explained everything, the noises, the eye, her words tumbling over one another in panic. He listened quietly, then shrugged. "Don't bother them," he said. His voice was flat, almost bored. "They've been here longer than me." "What?" He fished a ring of keys from his pocket, jingling them absently. "I wouldn't open the walls if I were you. They don't like that." Then he left without another word. Alyssa locked the door behind him, hands shaking. That night, she pushed her dresser against the wall. The noise started anyway, clawing, rasping, a voice whispering just below hearing. She stuffed earbuds in, blasted music, and buried her head under the pillow. But still, in the quiet between songs, she swore she heard it. Alyssa. The next day, she bought duct tape and sealed the vent shut. She slept with the lights on. The scratching quieted for a while, replaced by dull thumps further down the wall. She told herself she was safe. 2 nights later, she woke to find the tape peeled back. The vent was open, and from inside, faint breaths rasped in rhythm with her own. She didn't sleep. She sat curled on the couch with a knife clutched in her lap until dawn. By morning, she was pale and shaky. She called the landlord again, begged him to check the walls, to do something. He sighed. "I told you, don't bother them." "Who are them?" she demanded. A pause. "The ones who stayed behind." The line went dead. Alyssa decided she couldn't live like this. She packed a duffel bag, planning to stay at a motel until she found another apartment. But as she reached for the doorknob, she froze. The wood was vibrating. Something was moving inside the door itself. She yanked her hand back, horrified, as the knob twisted on its own. The door creaked open. Beyond was not the hallway, but darkness, thick and endless, the same void she'd seen in the landlord's eyes. The walls around her groaned. Cracks split along the plaster, and pale fingers slid through, searching. She screamed, stumbling backward, but there was nowhere to go. The fingers multiplied, tearing, stretching, until the walls themselves bulged inward. Faces pressed out of the plaster, eyeless, lipless, mouths opening and closing in silent hunger. The whispers came all at once now, layered, deafening. "Stay, stay." She ran for the window, shoved it open, desperate for escape. But outside, instead of the street, she saw more walls, endless, repeating, like a maze folding in on itself. No matter where she looked, it was all walls, every surface pulsing with the shape of something inside. Behind her, the vent rattled. Slowly she turned. The duct tape lay curled on the floor. The vent cover dangled open, and from inside, the eye returned, unblinking. A mouth followed, grinning too wide, lips split by teeth that glistened in the phone's dim light. "Alyssa," it rasped. She dropped the duffel and stumbled back. "What do you want from me?" The thing pressed closer, flesh stretching against the slats. Its smile grew impossibly wide. "You live in our walls. Now we'll live in yours." The drywall split. Arms shot out, pale and sinewy, fingers gripping her shoulders. She screamed as they yanked her toward the vent, her body scraping the floor, her nails clawing uselessly at the wood. The last thing she saw before the dark swallowed her was her own reflection in the window, her face stretched and distorted, pressing outward from the inside of the glass. The apartment fell silent. A week later, the landlord showed a new tenant around the apartment. She asked about the faint scratches echoing from the bedroom wall. He smiled thinly. "Don't bother them," he said. "They've been here longer than me."